Have you ever been in a conversation where someone held your gaze just a little too long? That moment when eye contact extends beyond what feels comfortable or normal. Your heart might speed up and your mind starts racing with questions. What does this person want, and why are they staring at me like this? This experience is universal, and almost everyone has felt it at some point. The truth is that prolonged eye contact is never meaningless or accidental. Psychology has studied this phenomenon extensively, and the findings are fascinating. When someone holds eye contact too long, something significant is happening in their mind. Understanding what that something is can change how you read people forever. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication humans possess. It can convey more meaning than words ever could in just a few seconds. Our ancestors relied on eye contact for survival long before language evolved. They needed to quickly determine if someone approaching was friend or foe. This ancient programming still runs deep within our psychological makeup today. Your brain is constantly analyzing eye contact patterns without you even realizing it. When those patterns deviate from normal, alarm bells start ringing in your mind. This is why prolonged eye contact feels so intense and hard to ignore. Your subconscious knows that something important is being communicated. Let's explore exactly what psychology says is happening during these moments. The first possibility is that the person is experiencing genuine attraction toward you. Studies show that people tend to look longer at those they find appealing. When we are attracted to someone, our eyes naturally want to drink them in. The gaze lingers because the brain is enjoying what it sees and wants more. Pupils dilate during attraction, making eyes appear darker and more intense. This creates that smoldering look often described in romantic literature. If the prolonged eye contact comes with soft facial expressions and subtle smiles, attraction is likely. The person may not even realize how long they have been staring at you. Their subconscious has taken over, drawn magnetically to your presence. This type of extended gaze often feels warm rather than threatening or uncomfortable. You might notice yourself wanting to maintain the eye contact rather than break away. This mutual lingering is the beginning of a powerful nonverbal conversation. Psychology recognizes this as one of the earliest signs of romantic interest between people. However, prolonged eye contact can also signal dominance and power assertion. In the animal kingdom, direct staring is often a challenge or threat display. Humans have retained this instinct in more subtle but still recognizable ways. When someone holds your gaze without blinking, they may be asserting authority. This is common in professional settings where power dynamics are at play. A boss might hold eye contact longer than necessary to remind you of hierarchy. This type of stare feels different from attraction because tension accompanies it. You may feel an urge to look away first, which would signal submission. The person who breaks eye contact first is often perceived as less dominant. This is why staring contests have always been a test of willpower and strength. Psychology explains this as a primal competition for social standing and respect. If you notice someone holding eye contact with a hard expression, dominance is likely the message. Their posture will usually be tall and confident, reinforcing the power signal. Understanding this can help you navigate workplace and social hierarchies more effectively. Sometimes prolonged eye contact indicates that someone is trying to intimidate you. This goes beyond simple dominance into territory that feels openly threatening. The gaze is often accompanied by a complete lack of warmth or friendliness. The person wants you to feel uncomfortable, small, or even afraid. This is a form of psychological aggression that requires no physical contact. Bullies and manipulative individuals often use this tactic to control others. The stare is meant to establish fear and compliance without saying a word. Your natural response to this type of gaze is to feel anxious and want to escape. This is your survival instincts correctly identifying a potential threat nearby. Psychology advises not engaging in staring contests with genuinely threatening individuals. Looking away is not always submission, but sometimes the smartest safety choice. Trust your gut when prolonged eye contact makes you feel genuinely unsafe. Your instincts are picking up on signals that your conscious mind might miss. Another reason for extended eye contact is deep interest in what you are saying. When someone is truly engaged in conversation, they focus intently on the speaker. Their eyes stay locked on yours because they are fully present and listening. This type of prolonged gaze is flattering and indicates genuine curiosity about you. The person values what you have to say and does not want to miss anything. You can usually tell the difference because their face shows active engagement. They might nod, raise eyebrows, or show other signs of processing your words. This attentive staring is actually a compliment to your communication skills. Great listeners often maintain longer eye contact than average to show their focus. If someone stares while you talk, but their expression seems blank, they may be elsewhere mentally. But if their eyes are alive with interest, you have captured their genuine attention. Psychology links this deep listening gaze to high emotional intelligence in individuals. These are often the people who make others feel truly heard and understood. Prolonged eye contact can also indicate that someone is trying to read you. Humans are natural lie detectors, even if we are not always accurate in our assessments. When someone suspects deception, they often stare longer to search for tells. They are watching for micro-expressions, nervous movements, and inconsistencies in your face. This investigative gaze can feel like being examined under a microscope. You might feel exposed even if you have nothing to hide. The person is gathering information and looking for cracks in your presentation. This often happens during negotiations, interviews, and serious conversations about trust. If you feel like someone is staring through you rather than at you, they might be analyzing. Psychology research shows that prolonged eye contact does improve deception detection slightly. However, most people overestimate their ability to spot liars through eye contact alone. The stare is more about the attempt to read you than guaranteed success at doing so. Understanding this can help you feel less paranoid when facing an analyzing gaze. Sometimes the person holding long eye contact is simply socially awkward. Not everyone has the same understanding of normal eye contact duration. Some individuals on the autism spectrum may hold eye contact differently than neurotypical people. They might stare too long because they have learned that eye contact is important, but they may not have internalized the subtle timing rules most people follow instinctively. This type of prolonged gaze carries no hidden agenda or threatening intention. It is simply a difference in social processing and nonverbal communication style. Being understanding rather than suspicious in these cases shows emotional maturity. Similarly, people from different cultural backgrounds may have different eye contact norms. What feels too long in one culture might be perfectly normal in another. Some cultures value extended eye contact as a sign of respect and honesty. Others consider prolonged staring to be rude, aggressive, or overly intimate. When interacting across cultures, misunderstandings about eye contact are very common. Psychology emphasizes the importance of cultural context in reading nonverbal cues. Jumping to conclusions without considering cultural differences can lead to errors. If someone seems to stare too long but shows no other concerning signals, consider their background. They may simply be following the communication norms they grew up learning. This cross-cultural awareness makes you a more sophisticated reader of human behavior. Prolonged eye contact can sometimes indicate that someone is lost in thought. They appear to be staring at you, but their mind is actually somewhere else entirely. Their eyes have simply landed on you as a resting point while they think deeply. This unfocused gaze can feel intense, but carries no real interpersonal meaning. You can usually tell by the slightly glazed quality of their eyes. They might not even register that you are looking back at them. When they snap back to reality, they often look embarrassed about their staring. This absent-minded gaze is common in creative and analytical thinkers. Their minds are so busy processing internal thoughts that external awareness fades. If you catch someone staring and they seem startled, this is probably what happened. Psychology links this to deep concentration and internal processing states. It says more about their thinking style than anything about you personally. Do not take this type of stare personally because it truly is not about you. Another fascinating reason for prolonged eye contact is emotional vulnerability and connection seeking. When someone is about to share something deeply personal, they often lock eyes. This gaze is a search for safety, understanding, and acceptance in your eyes. They are checking if you are someone who can be trusted with their truth. This type of stare comes with visible emotional weight and sometimes glistening eyes. The person is opening themselves up and looking for permission to continue. Holding their gaze in these moments provides the reassurance they are seeking. Looking away might make them feel rejected or shut down emotionally. Psychology emphasizes the importance of eye contact in creating emotional intimacy. When someone stares during vulnerable moments, they are inviting deeper connection. This is a privilege and should be treated with care and respect. Being present and holding gentle eye contact can facilitate profound bonding experiences. These are the moments that transform acquaintances into genuine, meaningful relationships. Sometimes prolonged eye contact happens because someone is trying to remember you. They stare because your face seems familiar, but they cannot place where from. Their brain is working hard to retrieve a memory associated with your appearance. You can often see the concentration and slight confusion in their expression. They might tilt their head or squint slightly while trying to figure it out. This type of gaze is more about internal memory retrieval than external communication. The person is not trying to send you a message, but solve an internal puzzle. If they finally remember, you will usually see relief and recognition flood their face. If they cannot place you, they might eventually ask if you have met before. Psychology explains this as the brain's facial recognition system working in real time. We have specialized neural circuits dedicated entirely to processing and remembering faces. When these circuits are actively working, extended staring is the natural result. This type of gaze should not concern you because it is purely cognitive in nature. Prolonged eye contact can also be a sign of active flirtation and romantic invitation. Beyond simple attraction, this gaze is deliberately extended to send a message. The person knows exactly what they are doing and wants you to notice. This flirtatious stare often includes other signals like a raised eyebrow or slight smile. The eyes might drop briefly to your lips before returning to your eyes. This triangle gaze pattern is a classic indicator of romantic interest and desire. The prolonged contact creates tension that both parties can feel building between them. Breaking eye contact and then returning to it creates a dance of sorts. This push and pull dynamic is part of the flirtation ritual across cultures. Psychology identifies these patterns as evolved courtship behaviors we share with other species. The intensity of the gaze correlates with the intensity of the interest being expressed. If someone is staring with obvious romantic undertones, they are making an invitation. How you respond will determine where the interaction goes from that point forward. Sometimes people hold eye contact too long because they are trying to manipulate you. Skilled manipulators know that eye contact conveys trustworthiness and sincerity. They deliberately maintain intense eye contact to appear more credible than they are. This manufactured gaze is designed to lower your defenses and critical thinking. Con artists, cult leaders, and narcissists often use this technique effectively. The stare feels powerful and compelling, almost hypnotic in its intensity. You might find yourself agreeing to things you would normally question carefully. Psychology warns about the dangers of confusing confident eye contact with honesty. Liars can and do maintain strong eye contact contrary to popular belief. In fact, experienced deceivers often overcompensate with too much eye contact. If someone's eye contact feels performative or calculated, trust your instincts. Genuine connection creates comfortable eye contact, not staged intensity. Being aware of manipulative eye contact can protect you from exploitation and harm. Prolonged eye contact during conflict indicates that someone is standing their ground. When people are in disagreement, Breaking eye contact can signal backing down. Maintaining the gaze says that they are not intimidated and will not yield. This can escalate tensions, but also demonstrates conviction and strength of position. In arguments, the person who looks away first may be perceived as losing. This is why fights sometimes involve intense staring matches between adversaries. Psychology explains this as a dominance display similar to what we see in animals. Neither party wants to show weakness by being the first to break the gaze. In healthy conflict resolution, this staring is eventually replaced by more productive communication. But in the heat of the moment, prolonged eye contact becomes a battle of wills. Understanding this dynamic can help you navigate conflicts more strategically and calmly. Sometimes the wisest move is to break eye contact without it meaning submission. Redirecting focus to solutions rather than dominance displays leads to better outcomes. Another reason for extended eye contact is genuine concern for your well-being. When someone senses you are struggling, they may stare to check on you. Their eyes are searching your face for signs of distress, pain, or dishonesty. This caring gaze often comes from parents, partners, close friends, and therapists. They know something is off and are using eye contact to assess the situation. The prolonged stare says that they see you and are paying close attention. This type of gaze usually makes you feel seen rather than uncomfortable. There is warmth and care behind it rather than threat or judgment. Psychology links this to empathy and the mirror neuron system in our brains. Empathetic individuals naturally hold longer eye contact when they sense another's pain. They are attuning to you and creating space for you to share if you choose. This concerned gaze is a gift of attention in a world full of distractions. Accepting it gracefully can open doors to support and genuine connection. Prolonged eye contact also occurs when someone is delivering important information. Speakers often lock eyes to ensure their message is being received correctly. The stare says that what comes next is significant and should be remembered. This is common in teaching, coaching, parenting, and professional instruction settings. The extended gaze commands attention and signals that this is not casual conversation. Doctors often use prolonged eye contact when delivering diagnoses or instructions. Managers use it when giving critical feedback that needs to be internalized. Teachers use it when making points they know will appear on the exam. This type of eye contact is functional rather than emotional in nature. It is a communication tool designed to enhance message retention and importance. Psychology confirms that eye contact does improve attention, memory, and information processing. When someone stares while telling you something, they want it to stick in your mind. Recognizing this can help you identify what information deserves your full attention. Sometimes the reason for prolonged eye contact is pure and simple curiosity. Humans are naturally curious creatures, and unusual things capture our attention. If something about your appearance is striking, different, or unexpected, people stare. This might be beautiful features, unusual clothing, or anything out of the ordinary. The stare is not necessarily positive or negative, but simply curious investigation. People want to understand what they are seeing and look longer to process it. This is why celebrities, people with visible differences, and unique individuals get stared at. The curious gaze often carries no deeper meaning than wanting to look more. Psychology explains this as the orienting response to novel or unexpected stimuli. Our brains are wired to pay extra attention to things that stand out. This does not make unwanted staring appropriate, but it explains the impulse behind it. If you frequently receive prolonged stares, something about you likely triggers curiosity. This can be embraced as a unique aspect of your presence in the world. Prolonged eye contact from strangers can indicate recognition of some connection. They might see similarities between you and someone they know or knew. The stare is the brain trying to figure out who you remind them of. Maybe you look like their sibling, old friend, or someone from their past. This connection-seeking gaze is often accompanied by a confused but warm expression. They are not staring at you exactly, but at who you represent in their mind. Eventually, they might approach you to comment on the resemblance they perceive, or they might simply continue on their way after satisfying their curiosity silently. Psychology links this to pattern recognition, which is a core function of human cognition. We are constantly sorting new information into existing categories and connections. When someone fits a familiar pattern, we naturally pay more attention to them. This type of stare is usually harmless and nothing to worry about. It says more about their memory than anything about you specifically. When someone holds eye contact during an apology, they are showing sincerity. Breaking eye contact while apologizing can appear insincere and avoidant. The prolonged gaze says that they take responsibility and face the discomfort directly. They want you to see the regret and remorse in their eyes clearly. This is vulnerability in action and requires courage to maintain that stare. Psychology shows that apologies with eye contact are perceived as more genuine. The person cannot hide behind averted eyes and must face their wrongdoing fully. If someone apologizes while maintaining extended eye contact, they likely truly mean it. Their eyes are offering a window into the sincerity of their words. Of course, skilled manipulators can fake this, so context always matters. But in genuine relationships, this eye contact during apology is a positive sign. It indicates accountability and a real desire to repair the relationship properly. Accepting such apologies gracefully can strengthen bonds rather than weaken them. Prolonged eye contact can also be a challenge or provocation in certain contexts. Some people stare as a way of daring you to react or respond. This is common in confrontational situations where tensions are already running high. The stare says they are not afraid of you and perhaps want a reaction. Gang members, bullies, and aggressive individuals often use this provocative gaze. It is a way of testing your response without throwing the first verbal or physical punch. How you respond to this stare can escalate or defuse the entire situation. Psychology advises caution when facing clearly provocative prolonged eye contact. Engaging in a staring match may invite escalation you do not actually want. Looking away calmly without appearing frightened is often the wisest choice. This communicates that you are not intimidated, but also not looking for trouble. De-escalation is almost always preferable to dominance displays in dangerous situations. Your safety is more important than winning an eye contact battle with a stranger. Sometimes prolonged eye contact reflects active listening and conversation engagement. When someone values what you are communicating, they focus their full visual attention. The extended gaze says your words matter and deserve complete concentration. This is common among therapists, counselors, and skilled communicators of all types. They have learned that eye contact conveys respect and encourages continued sharing. The speaker feels validated and important when receiving this focused attention. This type of prolonged eye contact is a gift given by attentive listeners everywhere. It makes conversations more meaningful and connections more authentic and deep. Psychology confirms that felt attention improves relationship satisfaction significantly. People remember how you made them feel more than what you actually said. Making someone feel truly heard through eye contact leaves lasting positive impressions. Developing this listening skill can improve all your relationships dramatically. It costs nothing but attention, yet pays enormous dividends in human connection. In romantic relationships, prolonged eye contact serves to maintain and deepen bonds. Couples who regularly gaze into each other's eyes report higher relationship satisfaction. The stare says that even after time together, you still find each other captivating. This sustained gaze releases oxytocin, strengthening attachment between partners. Psychology calls this social bonding, and it is essential for long-term relationship health. Couples who lose eye contact often have let emotional connection slip away. Deliberately maintaining prolonged eye contact can rekindle feelings of intimacy and closeness. This is why eye-gazing exercises are often recommended by couples therapists. The simple act of looking at each other can heal wounds and reconnect hearts. If your partner holds long eye contact with you, they are nurturing your bond. If eye contact has faded, it might be time to consciously bring it back. This small change can make a significant difference in relationship quality over time. Never underestimate the power of simply looking at the one you love with presence. Sometimes prolonged eye contact from authority figures serves to establish respect and attention. Teachers, police officers, judges, and leaders often use extended eye contact deliberately. The gaze reminds you of their position and your expected deference to it. This is not necessarily aggressive, but is a clear communication of hierarchy. The authority figure is signaling that they are in control of the interaction. Your response to this gaze helps set the tone for everything that follows. Meeting it with appropriate respect usually leads to smoother interactions overall. Showing contempt or disregard through eye contact can escalate situations unnecessarily. Psychology explains this as part of social ordering behavior found across human societies. Authority needs to be communicated and recognized for groups to function properly. Eye contact is one of the oldest tools for establishing and acknowledging social positions. Understanding this can help you navigate interactions with authority more successfully. It is not about submission, but about reading the social context accurately. Prolonged eye contact when someone is silent often indicates they are processing internally. They maintain the gaze while their brain works through something complex. The eyes stay connected while thoughts are sorted and organized in silence. This pause with eye contact is actually a sign of thoughtful engagement. The person is taking what you said seriously enough to really consider it. Breaking eye contact during this processing might cause them to lose their train of thought. Psychology values these thoughtful pauses as signs of genuine cognitive engagement. Rushing to fill the silence might interrupt valuable internal processing. Sitting comfortably with prolonged eye contact during pauses takes emotional maturity. It shows that you are secure enough to handle intensity without needing escape. These silent moments with eye contact can be surprisingly intimate and connecting. They represent two people fully present with each other without words getting in the way. Learning to embrace these moments can deepen your relationships significantly. Finally, prolonged eye contact might simply mean that someone finds you fascinating. Not in a romantic way necessarily, but as an interesting human being. Your energy, presence, or way of being captures their attention completely. They stare because you are genuinely compelling to observe and be around. This fascination gaze is flattering and reflects your personal charisma. Some people have a magnetic quality that draws extended attention from others naturally. If you frequently receive prolonged eye contact, you might be one of these people. Psychology links this to charisma, presence, and what some call personal power. It is an energy that is hard to define but unmistakable when encountered. Being fascinating to others is a gift that can be developed over time. Becoming more authentic, confident, and present increases this effect on others. The prolonged stares you receive reflect the impact you have on the world. Embrace this as part of your unique contribution to every room you enter. Eye contact will always remain one of the most powerful tools in human connection. Understanding its nuances makes you a more sophisticated communicator and reader of people. The next time someone holds your gaze too long, you now have frameworks to interpret it. Consider the context, the accompanying facial expressions, and your gut instinct. Not every prolonged stare means the same thing, and context is always key. But armed with this psychological knowledge, you can navigate these moments with confidence. You understand what might be happening in their mind and can respond appropriately. This awareness gives you power in social situations you did not have before. Use this knowledge wisely to build better connections and protect yourself when needed. The eyes truly are windows to the soul, and now you know how to read them.